Capital Direct Dream Homes on Shaw TV is brought to you by Capital Direct at capitaldirect.ca.
The Douglas Reynolds Gallery on South Granville is full of beautiful native artwork and jewelry, and its owner is inspired by this art in every area of his life.
I represent mostly contemporary artists. I deal mostly directly with the artists as the works are made, and most of the works come to me straight from the artists that are their new works rather than historic pieces. I focus on Northwest Coast native art, which is the coastline of British Columbia, a bit up into Alaska, a bit down into Washington State. But it's basically the whole coastline of the province.
These new works end up in the homes of various Vancouver art collectors, and some of the pieces end up in Doug's home.
When I bring a piece home from the gallery to hang in my house, one, I guess, first of all, it has to speak to me. I tend to like, as you'll see when you're at my home, larger scale works. I like paintings, I like sculpture. I like the variedness of Northwest Coast art and art in general. With most of my pieces from the gallery would have an emotional attachment to the piece through the friendship I've built up with the artist who's made it. I have very few pieces in my home where I either don't know the artist or I don't have some sort of tie-in with the piece.
Doug lives in the penthouse of a Yaletown building right across from Emery Barnes Park.
This place was like a blank slate for me. I started with no furniture, I bought all new things, everything was done for the space. And when I was doing the design on it, I wanted to showcase contemporary Northwest Coast art with contemporary Western art and show that the two mix really well together, and to show that Northwest Coast art fits into a very modern setting.
The open-plan kitchen, living room, and dining room house large-scale artworks and sculpture, all fitting into a personal design aesthetic that Doug describes as minimalist, modern, and comfortable. He loves all his art, but cites this one as a standout.
That would be probably one of my favorite pieces. Damien Hirst is the artist, and he's also a client of the galleries. He sent that to me as a Christmas present. It hangs next to a Robert Davidson paper cast that I also love, and I love the sort of the repetition through the condo of circles.
The standout features in Doug's condo are his outdoor spaces.
Oh my gosh, my dream deck. This is incredible.
Thanks. I love it up here. I probably use this room more than any other space in my house. I also try to have an art piece on every patio. I like the idea that art is outside and you live with it, whether it's and it's not just something that hangs on your walls in your house. I've had somebody try to buy my place a few times, this place.
Oh, really?
And he's come 3 times and tried to convince me to sell.
Wow.
And I keep going, no, because there's no place. Where could I move?
Yeah.
You know?
Where are you going to find this?
Yeah.
Doug's art-filled condo is an artistic statement on its own, but he says the best part about living here is sharing it with others.
This house is a great entertaining house. The kitchen's really functional, and I enjoy cooking, and I enjoy having people over for dinner. The roof deck is great for entertaining. You can easily have 20 people up there in an evening. Friends of mine got married on the roof deck, and we had 77 guests at the wedding. I've cleared all the furniture off the roof deck and done a sit-down dinner for 26. It's a great space, and the whole apartment is really conducive for having people over and entertaining.
In Vancouver, I'm Kendall Harris for Shaw TV.
Capital Direct Dream Homes has been brought to you by Capital Direct at capitaldirect.ca.